Well, hello everyone. Welcome to this week's episode. I hope everyone is well. In this video, it really is the sequel to last week's video, and I will put the link to that somewhere above here, somewhere. And I just want to follow it through and give you my interpretation and how it is affecting me and the direction that I am going to go. I realized, as the video said, that I have been living the same year twice, many years. But in the back of my mind, I've always had a goal. I've always had a direction that I want to go into. And so I am taking that direction now. I'm taking a stand now. And as the title says, I am leaving the United States. But before I give you the reasons why, first you might want to grab a cup of coffee or tea or something stronger. But before I give you the reasons why, because it's been a well thought out plan, a direction, I thought I would give you a little bit more detail about me and really what has formed me, or not created, but why I'm taking this decision. And I've been born in this country, but I've also had the privilege of, in my youth, when I was 8, 9, 10, and into my teenage years, I had the pleasure and the luxury and the privilege of spending many summers in Europe, and it was unusual, really, for that time frame. But I spent many summers in Sweden. We traveled as a family to Europe when I was 8 or 9, and I also in high school spent a couple of weeks with the high school in France. So I've always had that taste in my mind and in my actions. I grew up in the United States, but I also was very fortunate to go away to college in Europe. And it was an international school, and I met women, mainly women from all over the world. So again, that fueled my experience of life. Lo and behold, I married someone from the UK, and at the ripe old age of 20, just turning 21, I got married. When I think about it now, I laugh because I was just a child, really just started to wear a bra, if I'm really truthful about the whole thing. But I landed in Northern Ireland, and I worked there. It was actually very interesting because it was during the Troubles, and if you're familiar with the history of Northern Ireland, that's where I spent many a year. And then that changed, but I still stayed in Europe, and I moved to London. One year, my sister, who was on the west coast of the United States, and I was in the other direction, came back to visit my mother for her 60th birthday. And I remember looking at her and thinking, oh my gosh, she's really old. I should come back and take care of her. So that's what I did. I literally made a life-changing event, and I came back here, and that's why and how I landed up in South Florida. What a joke, right? Because I'm there now, and I'm in no way old. But the difference is that my mother had me and my sister, whereas I have Miss Evie, and I do have a sister. So that's how I landed back here, and just time went on and on and on, but always in the back of my mind, I wanted to return. And I have gone back and forth many times, and for a while I lived in Bucharest, Romania. So I've always had that influence. And I realized years ago, when my caregiving role had ended, I needed to make a change, but mentally I wasn't ready. I started to clear everything out. I started very small, and then if you've watched me before, you'll know that I renovated an investment property, sold that, put the money into here, and that whole journey has been about 3 years. But now is the time. Now I am just jumping off the ledge, so to speak, and I am going back. I'm going back home. And the reasons that I am going back are, well, as I've explained, it's sort of been in my blood. It's something that's very, very close to me, and it is something that has formed me, and I just feel the need to go back. But there are other reasons as well, and that's what I'll tell you about right now. Before I start, I want to say that this obviously has been on my mind for a long time, and I never felt safe to expose it or to explain it to you and the internet and the World Wide Web, because it was a commitment that I was making publicly. But I'm making that commitment right now. So back to the reasons why I am making this move. I am selling my home. I am packing up everything. I've hired a storage unit for the few bits and pieces that I'm taking with me. I've got mainly my books, because you know I love my books. I am not taking a large amount of furniture. I think 3 or 4 pieces is going into the storage, because quite frankly I don't know where I'm going to end up. But that is the joy, the excitement, and the scary bit about this whole process. The reasons why I am doing this is, as I said, it's ingrained in me, but also I have family there. I have my whole family there. I don't have anyone here. So it's been, I can't say it's been a long, lonely journey, because thanks to the internet, it isn't really. But I have family there, and family is very, very important to me, and I want to be closer to them. So that's a really, really big reason why I am moving. I might not move to the UK. I might not stay in the UK. But if I can be a couple of hours away from them and then from me, it's much easier than 8 or 9 hours. Literally, it takes a day to go back and forth with all the time changes and everything. So that's one reason why. It's the family. The other reason is that I want to explore. I want to see different things. I want to taste different things. I want to look at different cultures. I want to use my eye to create a new lifestyle for me. And I find it's not even a matter of would like to, it's something that I need to do. And I'm just jumping ship and going to do it. I really want to see the further possibilities that I can have in my life and I can experience in my life, because I feel that my journey here is coming to an end, and I need to grow and develop myself even further, which is another topic of another video, which I'm going to do, because I don't feel that there's a time limit on this. I just, and you all know how I feel about aging. It's something that should not hold us back. It's not going to hold me back. It's interesting because along this journey, I'm not too sure if I want to own a home again, and that responsibility. And that's another reason why I'm just taking this, at least this first year, to sort of shake myself up and see really what Carolyn wants to do and where Carolyn wants to go. And so that's another reason why I want to explore the possibilities. And this whole journey that I'm going on, it really is part of a series of videos that I've talked to you about, looking at where you are, deciding where you want to be, and then mind mapping it on paper. And that's what I've done, and it really, really has helped. I'm excited. I'm a little scared, but I have never let that stop me. I'm preparing myself and Miss Evie for this journey, And if you'd like to know what I'm doing behind the scenes, I'll be happy to tell you. I've had to do a lot of research, and but it's all coming together. I want to, in closing, I want to explain, or I want to say, in closing, as I go on this journey, I would love for you to come with me and to see this whole experience through my eyes. And who knows, just maybe I might encourage you to look at your life a little bit differently, see things a wee bit differently, act a little bit differently, and maybe make the change that you know deep down that you need to do. I wish everyone a good day. Let me know in the comment box below your thoughts. I know this has been back and forth because I'm just really speaking from the heart. Have a great week, everyone. Stay well, stay safe. Let's pray for Ukraine, and toodles.